Charlie, am I going to be paying alimony forever just because we were married for 12 years? That's the question Sarah asked me. And this was before she even knew whether spousal maintenance applied to the case at all. In Washington, people assume spousal maintenance works like child support, a formula, a calculator, a guaranteed number. But Washington does not use a formula for spousal maintenance. And if you walk into court or negotiations thinking that there's a set rule for alimony or spousal maintenance, you can end up making a very poor decision and you won't be able to undo that later. It can cost you a lot of money. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how spousal maintenance works in Washington state, what judges actually consider, and what really determines if, how much, and how long maintenance is ordered. My name is Charlie Shane. I'm a Washington state lawyer, and I help people with family law cases all the time. In Washington, spousal maintenance is not automatic. It's designed to address financial need and fairness, not to punish or reward either spouse. There are three main questions the court looks at. Does one spouse have a need? Can the other spouse afford to pay? And what is reasonable based on the marriage? Washington courts consider several factors, including length of marriage, each spouse's income and earning capacity, age and health of both spouses, standards of living during the marriage, education, job skills, and time needed to become self-supporting, and financial resources and debts of both parties. And of those things I just listed, no single factor controls the outcome. The court looks at the entire picture. Washington generally views marriages as short-term, under 1 to 10 years, mid-term, about 10 to 20 years, and long-term, usually over 20 years. And the longer the marriage, the more the court considers maintenance. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be forever, or even necessarily a fixed amount. And there's no calculator or formula you can apply. But this is what judges look for. They're going to look at temporary support to allow transition, time-limited maintenance tied to retraining or income growth, and in long-term marriages, potentially longer support, but still based on ability, need, and the full picture. But the court is also going to consider the lifestyle of the parties during the marriage as part of their big picture view. The goal in a short-term marriage is to position the spouses where they were at before they got married. However, the goal in a long-term marriage is to position spouses where they would be at had they remained married. And mid-term marriages are somewhere in between. In my experience, people get in trouble when they rely on online estimates, assume equal incomes means no maintenance, or agree to terms without understanding the future consequences. A strategic approach works because it clearly documents financial need or limits, shows realistic earning capacity, and aligns the request with how Washington courts actually decide cases. This is why it's extremely important to identify the true financial resources and income of the parties, analyze all the facts during the marriage, and build a fact-based outcome that makes sense. Spousal maintenance in Washington is about facts and fairness. It's not about guesses or assumptions. If you need additional assistance or have questions about your specific situation, you can schedule a strategy session with my office. We'll walk you through the circumstances and explain all your options. Follow the instructions next to this video to get scheduled now.